What's going on? Vincent Repsardi, BigBlueUnbiased.com. Thank you to those who've liked, commented, and subscribed. I really appreciate you guys. We are really starting to grow. Okay, last video has done a little over 5,000. I appreciate the comments. We are starting to build a legitimate fan base here, right? An unbiased fan base. Because I think people, while they appreciate YouTubers who wear hats and jerseys of their favorite team, I get it. Those guys, they work hard, and I'm not saying that their YouTube accounts they're not good. No, they do some good work and they work hard. But this channel is different. This channel is different. This is unbiased talk. I have no agenda. I don't care. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you. We're continuing to build something special here. In this video, we're going to talk about Sterling Shepard. Okay, he's back at practice. We'll talk about him. We'll talk about Andrew Thomas, a positive about Andrew Thomas. We've talked a lot about Andrew Thomas, and it's usually been some negative stuff, right? Stats that are telling us he's not playing well, but there is a stat that's telling us he's actually doing well in one category specifically. We will also get into Jabal Sheard. The Giants have signed him off the Jaguars practice squad. Jabal Sheard, this is an interesting signing. So let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start with Jabal Sheard. So he was signed off the Jaguars practice squad. The Giants need some help at edge rusher because O'Shane Ximenez, he's hurt. Lorenzo Carter's out for the season. It's up to Fackrell and Golden at this point. So they needed some help. They needed some depth at edge rusher. They signed Jabal Sheard off the Jaguars practice squad. He obviously has some ties to Joe Judge. He played in New England. Jabal Sheard, I was looking at the numbers. Last year had 20 pressures. The year before that had 23 pressures. I'm not saying this guy's going to come in, he's going to be Lawrence Taylor, but for a guy who's essentially providing depth, that's not bad. 20 plus pressures in back-to-back seasons, he's a fairly productive player, so this might be a sneaky, interesting signing. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be Lawrence Taylor, but not bad by Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge to add some interesting depth to their edge rushing situation. Okay, so let's talk about Andrew Thomas. So Andrew Thomas, look, he's been criticized, rightly so, for his pass protection woes. He's struggled in pass protection. Recently, he was 61st among 68 offensive tackles in pass block win rate. Ton of pressures allowed. Before this week, led the league with 28 pressures allowed, according to Pro Football Focus, which was more than 6 other teams, NFL teams, and their entire offensive lines. When the Giants run the ball in the left tackle direction, right, they are 7th in adjusted line yards, which is a Football Outsider stat. So the 7th best team in adjusted line yards when running the football towards the left tackle direction. He's done fairly well when it comes to run blocking. Again, he's had his struggles in pass protection, but he's performing fairly well when run blocking. So it's not a completely lost season for the rookie. He has potential. I understand he's had his struggles, and we've talked about them many, many times on this channel. But what needs to be understood, okay, and this is something I brought up when he was drafted, and this is why I continue to repeat this, but the expectations were too high. Okay, I understand he's the 4th overall pick, but he's still a rookie. And sometimes players, even the 4th overall pick, sometimes young players take a little bit longer to develop than other players, right? Some players develop quickly and some players take a little bit longer, even if you're the 4th overall pick. That's why I said from the beginning, the expectations are ridiculous. Relax. People thought he was going to step in day one, be an all-pro, Hall of Famer the first game that he played. I said it's not going to happen, okay? Because those are ridiculous expectations for any rookie, any young player. So he's performing fairly well in run blocking when it comes to run blocking, and Pro Football Focus has said that, I don't like their player grades, but they have said that he's done well in that category as well. And you look at the Giants' run blocking as a unit. Right now they're 15th in run block win rate, so they've actually done a nice job when it comes to run blocking for an offensive line that's kind of has some new pieces. Nick Gates playing center, Andrew Thomas playing left tackle, Cam Fleming playing right tackle, so it's a unit that's trying to mesh together. They've actually done fairly well when it comes to run blocking, so there's a positive for Andrew Thomas. And also, to continue to talk about the Giants' offensive line, Will Hernandez is leading all guards in the NFL in run block win rate. All of them. He's the #1 ranked guard in run block win rate, so he's gotten a lot of heat lately from Giants fans, from Giants Twitter, the Twitter GMs out there. He's gotten a lot of heat, a lot of hate from Giants Twitter, but he's performing he's performing really, really well. Actually, he is the best run blocking guard in football right now, according to run block win rate. Okay, so let's finish up with some injury news. Sterling Shepard was at practice on Tuesday. Remember, he had the turf toe situation. He was on IR. And according to Mike Garafolo, if all goes well, he has a chance to play this Thursday versus the Eagles. And that would be huge for the Giants. Sterling Shepard has averaged 8 targets a game when playing with Daniel Jones in full games. We're not going to count the Chicago game because Shepard only played 15 snaps. Only played 15 snaps in the Chicago game when he got hurt in week 2. But in full games, he's averaging 8 targets with Daniel Jones as his quarterback. So Daniel Jones likes throwing it to Sterling Shepard. He's comfortable with Sterling Shepard. So Sterling Shepard has a chance to return. And Tate Crowder has been placed on injured reserve, hamstring injury. He will be out at least 3 weeks. Remember, this past week he had the game-winning fumble recovery touchdown, but now he goes to injured reserve.